Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. These are the wrong trucks, or that is the wrong truck. We have a couple more coming out as well. Thank you in the comments for pointing it out. Flatbeds will not take tools into Twickenham, so we're going to change those first. Luckily, our tarpaulin trucks are cheaper than those, so it doesn't matter how much money we've got. Out of interest, that is 83k. So what we need to do is manage the vehicles on here and swap those over to the correct trucks. In fact, we save 31,000. Bargain. I don't think we'll miss out too much. On production, we do create 2 tools per steel, which is lovely, isn't it? What are we doing today? Today is passenger day. Our train is on the way back. We rode this train, so we didn't miss out on anything. I save it before our cab rides, in case something like this happens. I was going to say it rarely happens, but we did it with our trains as well. Should we start repaying some of this? Oh, goodness me. I didn't realise how much money we had. Our truck is on the way. Lovely. We may have ourselves a convoy, a little one. Not with the big trucks just yet, although those will be on their way. We're in 1926. It's safe to say we're pretty much out of debt. Although, no, we're not, are we? Because we're about to spend a fortune. It was also mentioned in the comments, bus lanes, do we need them? Probably later. For now, it seems to be okay, doesn't it? I don't think we're going to have any issues with traffic at the moment. Later's a possibility. I don't think it costs that much to upgrade the roads to the ones with bus lanes. We've already done the widening. That's the expensive part. There is a lot going on. Thankfully, we've got trucks now, the correct trucks, delivering tools. Our first lot of tools to Twickenham. How many do they need? 48 tools. So divide that by 2. That's only going to be 24. On the production chain here, since they are 2 for 1. We'll probably need more than what we've got. I would say, I don't know what it's guesstimating. It's guesstimating 22. We need 48. Well, it's hard to judge, isn't it, to start with, as they were waiting here for a while, and they were flatbeds. Technically, you could get tools on a flatbed. Might be a bit slidey. You could strap them down, couldn't you? Especially since they're on pallets. Yeah, that's a thing that could happen. Okay, yeah, I can't avoid the fact that I got it wrong. Anyway, infallible, I am not. Our slag train is busy. We might get an actual figure on here. If it stays at 107, that'll be good. Ooh, pause that. Let's get some more trucks on. I have a feeling these are not going to cope with the demand of Henley, and our other trucks are not going to cope with the demand at Twickenham. So shall we upgrade our roads? We'll get some nice highway roads in there, country roads. And we don't need that as a street. We might as well speed our way through. We've got where our trams are going in, which is what we're going to be doing early on, ready for our train station. I'm going to go with the train station here. I believe we don't have the greatest amount of... Where is it? We don't have the greatest amount of residential. Oh, we do have some residential over there. Oh, yes. Yes. We're kind of mixed up here, aren't we? Maybe we can encourage the residents to move closer to where the residential area is. Down there. They're only the small buildings. We might be able to get away with deleting these and hope that they go for, at the very least, industry. We don't have a lot of industry in Henley there. And over the other side, Twickenham, I feel like we're leaning this way, aren't we, with commerce and industry? Yes, again, with a few residents scattered about within the areas there. In fact, these have become quite broken. Yeah, if we go over to Logistical there, look at that, very tidy. Guys, Twickenham, Henley, do this. That's how it should look. It makes things a whole lot easier. I don't know what happened with Twickenham. Or Henley, for that matter. Perhaps because we upgraded the roads. I don't know. Let's have a look at Worthing. What's Worthing doing? Maybe. Maybe. We haven't touched the roads there. I guess they built back in a bizarre fashion. Let's add a few more trucks to these lines. I think it'll be worthwhile. Manage vehicle. At least a couple. We'll duplicate 2. And we'll get those running. Now that they're the tarpaulin trucks. They're the correct trucks. And over here, or we could do something with this, couldn't we? Yeah, absolutely. Let's get... it is a one-way system. We could use these. I mean, they slow down anyway. I don't mind these ones, though. We need country road down here, don't we? Yes, just to finish that off. Tidy it up nicely. Yeah, sure, we can do that bit. That's our factory, I guess. We've commandeered it. Oh, we could do the same down here. Yes. Yes, pleasant, isn't it? I'll take that. Yeah, we're absolutely not meeting demand here. What's the guesstimation? 54. Is that because they all went together, possibly? How many do you need? Only 52. I can't see it being a thing. It might be, though. It's such a short journey compared to Twickenham. We might leave these. Or we're going to expand, aren't we? Let's manage this. We'll add, at the very least, another truck. There we go. A flatbed that is supposed to be there. In fact, playing that gave us a bit more money, which is lovely. Shall we get the trams moving? Do you know, looking at this, I half want to go a little bit further with this. Downgrade those and actually have the 4-lane roads go down here. Yeah, that's going to be better, isn't it? We could even come off here with a standard road. And then we can downgrade those. You go off there. We'll keep it nice and flat because we're going to have our trains coming down there. We'll downgrade these. Again, it should just move them in. And then we'll bring this along there instead. And then we can have our station set up. Yes, along here. Yeah, we get rid of some more buildings. It should be fine. Where are we going to have our train station? This is supposed to be a main road, I think, into... Yeah, what's that town down there? Hyde. Yeah, that's a main road to Hyde. We'll probably upgrade that for them because that's not the best road in the world. In fact, should we do that now? Let's get that sorted. We'll go with the nice 2-lane country road. We'll at least get the bit we're working with upgraded. Yeah, there we go. There you go, guys. You've got a much better road to get around. The reason I do that, and we will work on road infrastructure, as the destinations, while we've got our public transport, which is us, we've also got private transport, which is the AI's own cars. And the more we give them, the better it is for our town growth. On the flip side, do we want our towns growing too big and being bit by performance? Why not? Let's just go for it. When the map folds under its own weight, we've done our best, haven't we? Now, where do we want this tram stop? I want it off the road because it's going to slow down the traffic otherwise. So some sort of terminus would be nice and then attached to a station. And I would like it if they kind of pulled off to the side as well. Oh yes, we're going to have to upgrade them to electric as well. We'll get our initial layout done, then we'll upgrade them to electrics. So if we continue off with just a normal road, because we've got to think about the depot, haven't we? Each one's going to need a tram depot. I'd like to keep them in, possibly as scenery. I'd like a small road down here if we can fit it in, which we can. There we go. Get you down there. That'll help us design our connection. Should we go from here then? Out there. If we can connect into here, that'll be lovely. So buildings, we're going to get us a lovely, our first passenger stop. We don't have any passengers at all. This will be our first one. And we're going straight with trains and trams. Metro type thing. I'm hoping we can slide in nicely. Just here. And then get into on that junction. If we go there, We might run a bus in here as well that does like a more windy route up that way to fill in any gaps later on. Will you hook into there? It's kind of beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. I like that. That's nice. We can turn around in here for now. So we come in here, turn around, go back out there. Right, let's extend this a little further. I'd like to get the depot in. We're going to tidy this up. Give them a bit more to work with running that way. There we go. Lovely. I like that for a start. I don't know about you guys. That means we can now get into our tools here and electrify all of this. Have I put the wrong one in? That's a road depot, Grand. You're not going to get trams out of there. That gets in quite nicely. We should get past our trains down there as well. This is lovely, though. Now it's the correct one. It's lovely. Right, now, get you all electrified. This is where we're running. Down here, we're going to follow our 4-lane road all the way down. And we're going to have a similar situation down here. We might possibly have another train station down here as well. So this is going up there. Now, if we put you in there, and then we continue our road off flat, then we can park the back of our stop, our terminus, at the end of this, can't we? And I'm going to pre-terraform. It will charge us for this terraforming anyway. We might as well do it. There we go. Get all that tidy. There we go. Streets. And then we'll curve in like that. Could we actually curve a little bit? That would be lovely. Yeah, something like that is tidier. Electrify that. Pretty. Yes, that's the word for it. And we could even have it like as one thing, couldn't we? Well, let's get the terraforming there. Let's just tidy that up a little bit. I mean, Transport Fever half does a good job on stuff like this. The terraforming. I'm going to get this. We're going to hold shift. We're going to match the rest of the turnaround there, the terminus itself. There we go. Get all of that in there. There, it looks like a proper area now, doesn't it, for our trams? Yeah, I like that. Right, that's that done. Now we need to figure out where we want the intermediate tram stops. Let's get our buildings. We'll go with these. And I'm going to go every other one, I think. Will that work for us? When we put the stops in, you can see it highlighting the buildings that we're going to reach. And I don't mind overlap, as while it may overlap, the ones on the outskirts from this will be closer to this anyway. So yeah, it just gives them a lot more options, doesn't it? The AI to where they can go. We could go somewhere like that. We're going to start there. We're going to have 2 there. Then we're going to miss a couple. Yeah, this is how I would like to do this. And then we're going to have them there. So we've got a pretty much a 2-block segment there, a 2-block segment up there. I think that'll do as a tram line. So let's get our first tram line made. And we're going to start there as the main stop. Then we'll go all the way through. You can't place these in if the town name's up. I don't know when that started. I don't remember that being a thing. It's fine though. We'll get it done. If you zoom in, it does fix that issue. Right. There we go. We've got our first tram. What colour are we having it? Now, here's what I've been doing recently when I've been playing away from recording. I like to colour a town's metro system, buses, trams, and sometimes trains, but the closest industry. So for us, it looks like our iron ore mine here is possibly the closest, give or take. We could have the marble there, maybe even the livestock. But I'm going to go with orange. That's close enough, isn't it? So that's how I choose what colour our metros will be. And we'll continue that trend going through. So this is going to be Twickenham Metro. But that's it. That should be the start of that. Nicely, our trucks here avoid our tram network. They go down the middle lane there, which is lovely. I like that. Pleasant. Should we get our first tram on? Let's buy vehicles. These are the ones we're going with. We will colour them the same as the line. Let's have a look here. Got a capacity of 21. We're not going to go overboard with these. We're just going to put one on. Get on here, manage vehicles, get you a nice orange. There we go. We've got a bit of money in the bank. Maybe we should set up Henley. Then we'll take our time and watch them head out for their first journey. Allow our Sims to notice that we have a tram network now. What are you building here? Industry. Oh, do you know, that's kind of nice, isn't it? I wouldn't mind. It's pricey. It's really pricey. I wouldn't mind getting rid of some of these residential buildings, you know. I know it's costly, but I'd much prefer to have industry out here before these expand when we put the other stuff in. Oh, well, I'm doing it. That's costing a fortune. Do we have any more? Where are they? Yeah, I don't want any of you to be around here, really. 75k, 100k. Oh, it's pricey. 50k there. It's alright. We can take a loan out. So what sort of setup do we want here? If we go out that way, we can have a similar setup, can't we? And sort of link in to there. So if we get as a street here, we head off that way. This is where our... Oh yeah, we're on a bit of a slope there. That's fine. We'll keep it flat. We'll build into it. We'll have our depot out there. Buildings. Let's get our stop in. Get you in there. Streets. Will you slide in nicely? Beautiful. There we go. And then up here we're going to have our depot. Just get you in there. Then we'll get our street coming in like that. And that will be our access road. Lovely. Lovely. Is it okay? It's about the right height, isn't it? I'll take it. Should we electrify? Well, I guess we could do this one as well. We'll do the same as we did. Get you going out there so we know where to park the back of the terminus. Get our buildings. Get you in and sat like that. Will that be fine? I think so. If you look at the actual shelter there, that seems to be level. It's only this back bit. There's a little bit of a divot there. Can we shift M and N? Get you lined up a little tidier. And then we'll get our street. And this time we'll use a little bit of a curve to send you in like that. Beautiful. Yeah, hopefully they build up around here. That would be kind of nice. Why not? We'll smooth it out. More official episode. Make it look a little better. We are going to run out of money. We will take out a loan though. I have a tendency of going around the towns and smoothing out all the lumps and bumps. It really is unnecessary, but I like to do it. Do we paint this like we did before? Since we've got it selected, let's hold shift. In fact, use the circle tool. That's probably better. Yeah, hold shift. Get that done. Get it all in. Lovely. Yeah, I like that. What do you reckon, guys? Are we happy with that? Can we afford a bit more smoothing? Not that it's going to do much. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly flat. Yeah, that's lovely. Could even put some benches in there. Not now. Let's get it up and running, shall we? We've got the connection. We've got our depot. And is that everything? Are we good? We're fully electrified now. We'll need electrics running up to the depot there. There's our access road. And we could expand from that as well, if necessary, later on. Right then, should we get the intermediate stops done? I think starting here would be kind of nice for us. It gives us a little bit of run away from the station. Yeah. So we start up here. But the only problem we've got there, we might need to finagle our truck line a little bit. I like a little stop sitting on this, though. That's kind of pleasant. And then another one just there. And then we've kind of got the two again. That worked out perfect, didn't it? Yeah, I like that. There we go. We've just got our 3 stops in the middle, one either end. We do want a bit of a run-up on our trams. We don't want them stopping every 5 seconds. New line. We're going from Henley-on-Thames transfer. May change the name of these. To this stop. We do have a bit of an issue here with our trucks by the looks of things. Then we're going round, round, up, and then heading all the way back. There we go. That should be that. We can always reroute our trucks here to avoid the trams. If and when it becomes an issue, it might become an issue. But we could maybe drop off on a side street or something, or down there. There's no stops along here. Yeah, so they can, probably move it down here somewhere. We'll let them build up and we'll see how it runs. Right, a colour. What is closer? Grey? Grey's kind of close. It's a little far away. And it's that machine factory is probably a little bit closer. We've also got the coffee down here. Always a tough call. Well, this is the closest to one of our stations. It's close to that. So silver or grey? Yeah, I like it. Something different, isn't it? And this would be Henley Metro. That will do. Actually, rename that. If we put a 1 on it, it should put... So, 1, Henley Metro. Then it'll add the little number to our vehicles as well. I like that. And this will be 1... Where are you? Twickenham. 1. Twickenham Metro. Right, and now we can get another... No, you can't. You're going to need to take out a little bit of a loan there. Borrow. And buy us another tram, which we can't colour just yet. And we'll colour it in here this time. Paint that grey and stick you on the Henley Metro. Are we good? Are we good? Yeah, this is the all the tram networks sorted then. And will we have time to set up the initial train station? I think we might. Let's go with buildings and we'll have... we won't go too overboard with these to start with. We don't need, I don't think, to go with high speed. We don't need catenary. We're going with the Flying Scotsman. You are going in there. You should be all connected. Lovely. Yeah, and all this squiggly, what we can do is what we did before. And we can get our paint tool and we'll give it all the same sort of concrete thing going on. Terrain, we can't really afford this, Grand. Where are you doing it? Official episode. Let's go. Worth it. It looks lovely. I mean, we're going to have to take out a loan if we're going to ever think about a passenger line anyway. Which we are doing. And it's starting to happen, isn't it? Oh, what sort of height do we have there? We are at 6.1 meters. And what sort of height do we have at Henley over here? 4.1. So over this side, it doesn't matter what we go with. Let's just get the building in. We're going to take out a bit more of a loan. To get the actual building in itself, we'll turn off the contours. I don't think we need to worry too much about the grade, do we? No, it should be absolutely fine. Right, you get sat in there. Just between our depot there. It's lovely. And we'll do a little bit of smoothing. Waste a bit of money. Is it a waste? You tell me. Yeah. Right, there we go. I like it though. We can have some greenery somewhere. Do I want to paint that? Why not? Why not? Hold shift. Get that painted in there. We might have a bit of grass there. Maybe. A little bit. And a little bit there. Could always put some bushes and stuff in, couldn't we? Make it look pretty. There. This is where we connect up here. And I think we're going to be all connected there. We've got to run this track. And that's the big decision. Maybe a little tunnel isn't too bad through here. It would kind of be nice. We don't have to go too overboard with avoidance, do we? Yeah, let's just build it. We'll build it with a... What do we want? We want to head at 6 meters eventually. We do not want catenary just yet. Let's just go flat for now. We'll go straight and flat. And then we'll figure out we can curve round there gently. And if we dig into the side, it's not overly terrible, is it? And we'll curve right round here. Yeah, this is going to cost us a bit. Could we avoid that? I mean, we could make it an actual cutting instead. It's a bit steep, isn't it? Although, guys, tunnels are nice, aren't they? Tunnels are nice on a passenger line. You want a bit of variation. We could head up a little bit, technically. What are we at the moment? It doesn't say. If we just head up a touch, we've got to get up to 6 meters, regardless. So, if we do raise up a little bit there, and as long as we stay at 75, what we got there, 6 meters, and then we just stay at that height. Let's borrow a bunch of money. We're going to have to spend a fortune on this anyway. Let's get you round here. I know we kind of have a little tunnel there, but that's fine. We'll keep it all at 6 meters, and we'll head up that way. Yeah, so we don't mind a little embankment, because we're going to sort of hug round there, I think. We're heading to the right place. As long as these are not main connections, we can just delete those, add them back in once we've finalised what we want to do. We're going to stay nice and straight, and we're going to avoid some of it, but not all of it. And we are going to have some sort of tunnelling. I like this little section. Yeah, let's get that curve a little smoother with less wiggles. Get you just hooked in like that instead. Much nicer. There we go. I love that better. And yeah, I feel like not tunnelling here would be a mistake. Depends. We could start coming round here and see what sort of curve we need. And that's going to be at 6 meters, roughly. So that's going round there. We are digging down a little bit here, aren't we? This might not be a bad idea, though. Again, we don't need this, I don't think, if it's not a connection. Yeah, we can rebuild them. We can leave the road there. Can we get you tunnelling? Not yet, though. I'd like to have a cutting. I know it's going to cost us more. I'm feeling like some fancy rail network. If we have a station going across and delivering our commats, we can go over the top, can't we? And then rejoin later on as we peek our head back out, which I'm hoping we do. We can always head up a touch here. Yes. And then have it not so much of a tunnel from this point. Stick out there. And then we have a cutting running along just like that. And because we're going to have to get back up to here. I mean, we're almost meeting that line as well. And we're up to 10 meters and we're going to have to come back down. Depends where that other track is. Where's that other track? We're sort of missing it a little bit. Yeah, it's looking like we could head round the back here might be a better idea. Could we head round there? Start shifting down here. Like that should do. And then we'll level out. What? No, we can't level out just yet. Well, we can. No. Go down a little bit more. A little bit of a grade change. I don't mind. Yeah, that should work better. We'll take this back. Delete that instead. We can put that road back then. Because what we're going to do is just curve straight round, I think, from this tunnel through here. And get whatever the game likes in there. Oh, it's pleasant. It's pleasant. We may need to straighten up this little wiggle there. We don't need unnecessary wiggling on a rail line, do we? And we'll get you in like that. That's a little smoother. We've got some grade changes. We've got some tunnelling. We've got some cuttings. We've got a little embankment somewhere. And we've got a little tunnel here, which I kind of love. And then we're back up. And then we're at Twickenham. So we've got Twickenham. Do you know, it's saying Twickenham Central. I'll keep it. I sort of like that. That's lovely. It's not very central, though, is it? No, Henley-on-Thames West. This is just Henley-on-Thames. There we go. Get that changed. Guys, what do you reckon? Are we good? Let's make us a line. We're going from, it doesn't matter which one, but Henley to Twickenham. That's all we're doing for now. We're not going to colour it anything. Henley's our main one, so we're going to have it grey. We're not going to colour this, though. I want to see what the actual locos are like. We need us a depot on this end. And buy us a train. We're going to have to borrow a bunch of money here. It's not going to make as much money to start with, but we absolutely have to have this on here. The Class A3 Flying Scotsman. It's going to cost us 6.2 million, but passenger-wise, we've got 62 miles an hour here. I mean, technically, we could get away with the A35 as that's 62 miles an hour, but I want the Flying Scotsman on, so that's what we're doing. So we're going to get you, and we're going to buy us a single Donnebush. Is that how you pronounce that? Don't know. That's our fastest wagon. I mean, they're both the same speed. We could go with this cheaper one there. What's the weight difference? 15 ton, 20 ton. What's the capacity? 14 versus 17. We're going to go with the six-wheeler. They're both the same speed. Let's get it running, because I would like it all up and running. And for our AI to realise that they have a train service now. We're going to pay off what we didn't spend. Spent a little bit. What didn't you do, Grand? Get you on there. You've got to see it, though. That's not what we're calling it, is it? Line 1. That is Henley to... Oh, Henley to Twickenham, isn't it? Yes, there we go. Henley to Twickenham. There she goes. The smallest train in the world. Well, we can't see because of things, but we've got the Flying Scotsman on. Now, it doesn't look too great at the moment. It's got one carriage on the back. We're only having a look at this one. We're going to put the bigger one on later. But all we need is for that to trigger a little bit of demand. It's going to lose us some money to start with. But the plan is... Oh, yeah, let's take a look at our little trams coming out. The plan is get our AI aware of our line. Technically, we could put the cheapest little loco on here and the cheapest carriage, but I do want to kind of end looking at a Flying Scotsman. That's lovely. There's our white trams, or our grey trams. They look very white. And we've started to get our first customers on the line. Next time out then, we're going to have a little ride on this. Next time out, we're going to monitor the two cities and the passengers and balance it as necessary without overdoing it. We head down here. There we go. Where we got them. There you go. Where are you heading? Let's see. Details. You are heading to via Twickenham 1, a commercial building somewhere. Yeah, probably in Twickenham. It's going to take a little while for our first passengers to start looking to go on our smallest train in the world, which will get longer as the demand increases. But we do want to be shifting those people as soon as possible, because the sooner they get to here, the sooner we're taking them back as well. Now, since we do have passengers here and we've just made a bit of money, I'm going to manage that. We're going to duplicate another tram onto that line, and I believe we've got people here too, haven't we? Yeah, this is already triggered, so we're going to manage this one. Get the vehicles on the line ready for an influx, I hope, of passengers. It should help our connections. There we go. We've got 146 added. That's a plus 10% growth onto both Henley and Twickenham, I'm going to imagine. Yes. Yeah, 10% on Twickenham as well, 151. We'll let that bed in because it's going to, as I said, take a little while for our AI residents to realise that that's an option for them. Plus, a lot of people, or a lot of the AI, have already got plans. So We have to wait for their next update on their pathfinding and where they wish to go. And hopefully it will be via either metro or both metros, or perhaps just walk into the station and taking a little ride on this train. Which we're going to do because it's sort of the test run for now. It is going to cost us a bit. I guess the fun thing about this, firstly, we can afford to do this. I would do it differently if we didn't already have a ridiculous amount of income landing in our pockets each month. But it will be fun to see from how much it started out as a test run to how much it ends up with all the people on board. Which I'm hoping it's going to start already, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Already got a few people waiting there. And how are we doing at Henley? Yeah, definitely got some more people waiting at Henley. I don't think we'll see our first passengers on our train just yet. Our train's just coming through now. We're going to get on board for just a quick blast on the... Yeah, here it comes. On the Flying Scotsman. But once we've got things established and we've got an actual train with a few more carriages on, we'll do that again. This is its test run with a single carriage. There goes our Flying Scotsman. Lovely. The shortest train in the world. Alright guys, we're on board. Still no one on the train, but it could count as a there and back test. We want to test it both ways, don't we? Why, I don't know. That acceleration though, with just a small carriage on the back. But here we go, our new line, the start of it anyway. Possibly going to be a main line of sorts. I love that we wind through, we do a little bit of tunnelling, do some cutting work. There's a small embankment in places. We don't go as the crow flies, so we've got a little bit of variation. I'll go and tidy up some of the wiggles in the line so it's not too aggressive if we see any. But it shouldn't take us too long to get to the other end, and I enjoyed that one. Let's monitor all of what we put in today in the next episode, expand our metros, and get some more carriages on this train, I hope. And at the same time, we'll monitor the delivery of tools and construction materials. And until then, take care.